Welcome everyone to an impromptu live session here. Already done my predictions for the Premier League and the Championship. Somebody in the chat, well, not the chat, somebody in one of the, what do you call it, the comment section of, I think it was the Premier League, was asking if I do my FA Cup quarter-final predictions. Well, here they are. I'm going to do them now. So first up, the Etihad Stadium on Saturday, 5:45 p.m. We've got Manchester City coming up against Burnley. Burnley flying high, top of the table, aren't they, in the Championship? We'll just have a look at their recent form, actually. If I can get that on the computer. I've got a computer in front of me at the moment. Yeah, top of the table, flying high, beating Hull City away from home last time out, and Wigan Athletic scoring 3 goals in both of those matches as well, conceding a goal against Hull. And Manchester City, we know that they're currently second in the Premier League, having a magnificent win as well in Europe. Haaland, 5-star, 5 goals to boot as well. But in the Premier League, a victory against Palace, who are now managerless, in their last fixture where they won 1-0. And prior to that was a 2-0 home victory against Newcastle. So, in the FA Cup, you've got to fancy Man City at home. An abundance of talent throughout their ranks. Will Burnley score? Perhaps. Very good going forward. But I will go for a Manchester City win. And I will go 2-0. Probably be a lot of travelling fans as well from Burnley at the Etihad, and it makes for a very exciting match as well. But I am going to go for Manchester City 2, Burnley 0. We then turn our attention to Sunday, where Sheffield United take on Blackburn Rovers. Both of these teams, of course, in the Championship. The record in the FA Cup, well, Sheffield United, the Blades, beat Spurs in the last round. Prior to that, it was a 3-1 win against Wrexham, and I think that did that go to a replay, I believe? It did, because they drew the first game 3-3. So Blackburn Rovers themselves, a 2-1 victory against the Foxes of Leicester, which was magnificent. A 1-0 win against Birmingham City after they drew the first of those matches 2-2. So in this one, it's going to be another tight one. Do I go for the Blades? Blackburn Rovers, I think I've said this throughout the season, that whenever I've seen them play, they've never really impressed me. Even live, where Cardiff City beat them earlier in the season in the Championship, the Cardiff City Stadium, and away, I think it was a narrow 1-0 victory to Blackburn Rovers. So I am going to edge it to the Blade, Sheffield United, and I'm going to go for a narrow 2-1 victory. We then go to the Amex Stadium, where high-flying Brighton take on Grimsby Town. Surely this is going to be a victory to Brighton. Goals galore. They're scoring all over the place, the Seagulls. And Grimsby Town, real good effort from Grimsby to make it this far in the competition. Just going to check out where they are in the league. Where are they? Let's have a look. Bear with me, guys, while I try and find them. Can't actually. They're in the 4th tier, aren't they? Maybe they're further down than they're 15th in Division 2 at the moment, but they have had 2 victories recently, an away victory against Sutton United and a home victory against bottom of the table Rochdale. So this is going to be extremely tough for Grimsby against an in-form Brighton side who've got a very exciting midfield. They probably will put out a strong side in this one because it is coming up to international break. Last time out, Brighton winning 1-0 against Crystal Palace, and prior to that was a draw away against Leeds United, and prior to that it was a 4-0 victory at home against West Ham. So in this one, I'm sorry to say, Grimsby Town fans, that I am going to go for a 3-0 victory to Brighton, the Seagulls on the South Coast. Brighton fans will probably be saying it. You've enjoyed your day now home, won't they? But yeah, well done all the same to Grimsby on that one. But I do fancy Brighton to progress to the semi-finals. And the final fixture will take place on Sunday at Old Trafford. This takes place at 4:30 in the afternoon. You've got Man United coming up against Fulham. Now, Manchester United haven't had too much difficulty getting to the quarterfinals with a 3-1 victory over West Ham, and prior to that it was a 3-1 victory to Reading. Fulham, on the other hand, they've beaten Leeds United 2-0, and prior to that it was a 3-2 victory over Sunderland after they drew with them in the first leg. Manchester United, I think they got through, didn't they, in Europe earlier in the week. And Fulham, I think it's that they're just doing very well actually in the Premier League this season. Find themselves in 9th position. Okay, they've had back defeats against Arsenal at home and Brentford away from home, but they were missing Paulinho in that fixture, or in those last couple of fixtures. So back to full strength side. We haven't seen a lot of goals at the other end, like some Mitrovic. So in this one, Manchester United at home. Of course, they're missing the Brazilian midfielder there, where he got sent off. It's slipped through my brain all of a sudden. But I am going to go for a Manchester United victory in this one, and I am going to go for Casemiro. That's what I'm thinking of. A 2-0 victory to the Red Devils in that one. So that concludes my predictions for the FA Cup quarterfinals. Make sure you leave your predictions as a comment below. I've actually put this into Super Brew, so if you're playing along on the Super Brew website, make sure you leave your predictions over there as well. Make sure, enjoy the FA Cup fixtures this coming weekend, and the Premier League fixtures as well, and the Championship fixtures too. Lots of football to enjoy. It's on terrestrial TV here in the UK as well as Sky. But thanks for joining me for this impromptu live, where I've just predicted the FA Cup quarterfinals, where I predicted Manchester City 2, Burnley 0, Sheffield United 2, Blackburn Rovers 1, Brighton 3, Grimsby Town 0, and Manchester United 2, Fulham 0. Enjoy the football. Thanks for joining me. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you all in the next video. How do I stop this? Oh dear, oh dear. Just like that.